Think we're live. Let me just check and make sure that the audio is good. Look, my Bluetooth not gonna work. All right, does it sound good? I think so. Yep, we're good. All right. Just wanted to make sure. I always gotta check it, just because every time I. All right. Side 235, I think that's how you pronounce it. Hello, Mike. Apparently, with the X-Men 97, the trailer looked good, but it immediately got ruined for me because they made Morpho non-binary. Yeah, so yeah, we'll be talking about that, about how like they're gonna try to ruin the animated series of X-Men now because they have to, because they're just, again, they're there to just, it's like when you knock something up only to knock it back down, and that's what they're trying to do. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that a little bit. Talk about I was gonna put, I don't know why I didn't, because it like popped into my head at the last minute about the whole Deadpool thing, because the new Deadpool trailer came out, Deadpool 3, and of course I forgot about like for pictures for this or for thumbnails, and I just was like, all right, well, we'll just do this instead. So it's fine, because I mean, I still got X-Men in the thumbnail, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, no, that looks good. At least the Deadpool 3 trailer looks pretty good. Played a lot of Tomb Raider on Wednesday. What else? I did not watch the Madam Web thing, but I just want to talk about how funny it is, about how bad that it's doing or whatever. So I thought it'd be funny to talk about that a little bit too. Need to show me, like, my brother showed me like a clip of like them like reusing a shot from another movie, which was kind of funny. But yeah, we'll talk about all that. Yeah. The Madam Web failure was so laughable. I didn't watch it. Now worth my time. Yeah, no, nobody watched Madam Web. We were too busy playing Tomb Raider. I was too busy playing Tomb Raider to go watch Madam Web. I'm good. I don't feel like it. Looks like he's the first person here. Yeah, audio's good. Okay, it's good. Crown One. Hey man, what's up? Jack Miles the Hedgehog. Hey chump, how you doing? I'm doing good. How are you doing, bub? Crown One, it's web time. Oh boy. It's webbing time. Side 235, I'm so skeptical with the Deadpool and Wolverine movie after what they did with X-Men 97. I actually am not worried about Deadpool 3 as much as I am about X-Men 97, honestly. Because X-Men 97 looks already bad, where at least with the Deadpool 3, actually looks pretty good so far from what I've seen. Just comparing the two trailers, Crown One. Oh, did you watch the Suicide Kill the Justice League? Yeah, I watched it a little bit. Like, what's funny is, I know people who bought the game, and I'm just like, why? Why would, like, it's one of those things where I feel like lately it's like, because this was like a thought I had when just like popped into my head randomly one time as I was just kind of walking around the house. I was thinking to myself, like, a lot of hackers these days don't seem like the stuff that happened with Insomniac and Sony and stuff like that was bad, right? But like, when things get leaked, like The Last of Us Part 2, or other games or movies and stuff, it doesn't really seem like that it's because, oh, it got leaked, oh no. It's more so like, oh good, now I know how bad it was gonna be. Like, I don't really like the whole thing with the Suicide Squad. I was just like, man, like, I'm so glad that shit got leaked, because it's like, well, now we know. And it's like, nah, you know, like, and then you had a bunch of people who were canceling their pre-orders and stuff, and then like again, that was money that they lost because of those leaks, which is why I'm not upset about it. So it's like I don't even really have a, you know, I don't even really look. I don't really like when I see something leaked these days. I'm like, I gotta see it because it's like I'm sure that it's gonna either a show me something bad because usually because I feel like most of the time when you see like when's the last time you saw something leak and it was good? Like when was the last time you saw like a leak of something and you're like, oh man, that would have been so cool if damn it if I wish I wasn't spoiled or whatever. Like I can't think of a moment where you know, maybe like the last thing I remember maybe was the Arkham Knight game. But the problem with that is that it was obvious from the start, honestly, you could say. So it was like it wasn't even that big of a secret. So it wasn't that, you know, it wasn't even that big of a reveal. So it wasn't that so it didn't matter. Whereas like with the Suicide Squad game, everyone kind of expected it to go a certain way, and then it ended up going the exact way that the title suggested, and everyone was not happy. And it wasn't just because it went that way, it was because of how it all happened. And I was like, oh no. Well, time to get my money back, you know, and that's what people were like. So I don't know. You know, like I again I know people who buyed it and who are playing it, and I'm just like, why? Like, why are you wasting your time? You know, like I saw my brother likes to show me a bunch of stuff on TikTok all the time. And he shows me this TikTok of like this guy who got all the Riddler trophies in the game. And it was funny because he was like, because he didn't get anything for it. I guess you get maybe like a trophy, like, you know, like when you get it all. But in like every Batman game, when you would do that, you know, something would happen to Riddler, like in Arkham Asylum. Like the cops show up at his front door and you get to hear that little pissant go to jail. In Arkham City, you get to grab him and strap a bomb to him and make him walk around all night. You know, in Arkham Knight, you get to just beat him up and throw him in jail again. In Arkham Origins, he does get away, but at least you get to like break his operation and stuff. But in Suicide Squad, you don't get to do anything. You just get the last trophy, and then that was it. And the guy, it was funny because the guy on TikTok was like, "That's it." Yep, that's it. You wasted your time. And what was it, like 400 trophies or something, like the same as Arkham City? Why? That's freaking ridiculous. You know, like at least they had the decency to make it about like what was it, like 243 or something in Arkham Knight. So it was like less than last time. It was like 400 again, really? It's ridiculous. Oh yeah, Invincible, Crazy Cactus. Have you seen the new Invincible the Invincible part 2 trailer? Yeah, I saw it. So it looks like they're finally going to bring up that plot point with the that aliens, because I remember I was just like, man, it was like 4 episodes in. I was like, we haven't talked about that yet, have we? About that alien that's still attached to that guy or whatever. So now they're going to do that now, while they're trying to do all the other storylines that they're currently doing. We even got to see like a very small, like far away of like that girl. What was her name? Nisa, Lisa, whatever her name was. So they're scared. They're scared to do it. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But yeah. Oh yeah. There. You know, it's funny when I was gonna start doing this podcast. There was a lot of stuff that happened because yeah, bro, thoughts on the MCU Fantastic Forecasting? Yeah, that happened too. There was a lot that happened. I'm completely just oblivious to that. Yeah, the Fantastic Forecasting. Honestly, I still think that my only problem is that I just don't like Pedro Pascal trying to be Reed Richards. I feel like that everyone can agree with that. Like Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards doesn't work. But I feel like everything else looks okay. But we'll see. We'll see. I want to wait and I want to see more. Crazy Cactus, I'm gonna go watch Madam Web tonight. Wish me luck. Oh man, why would you do that? I'll just blame your parents. It was my parents' fault. Jack Miles the Hedgehog. I never tell you. I never tell. Do you have a 6-pack? I did have a 6-pack. Kind of not I used to. Well, I kind of still do, but it's like I gotta like burn off some chubbiness on me, honestly. Side 235 looks like they might MCU Deadpool a little. There's a scene in the trailer where he was screaming like a girl, where he didn't do in the last 2 Deadpool movies. I don't know. I mean, I thought he was just being funny. When that guy gets killed by something, I don't know what it was. Crazy Cactic. I never heard Sony was planning on doing an Aunt May movie and making her a spy. Your thoughts? Oh no. Aunt May is not a spy. What? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life, honestly. It's somehow more stupider than like the storyline where Aunt may or may not have been the mother of Peter Parker. Well, we don't talk about that. Bro, kind of No Way Home leaks. Yeah. Side 235. It's crazy how a couple of years ago we would want these non-MCU Marvel movies to be connected to the MCU, whereas now we'll be complaining about how they will ruin it. Yeah. Now we just want everything separated again, which is sad. But again, it's like there's too much BS right now. So, Crazy Cactic, have you seen the new Invincible? Oh, right. I've already talked about that. Yeah, I've seen it. It's good. It's good. It looks interesting. Sperman, thoughts on the X-Men 97 trailer and Deadpool trailer? The X-Men 97 trailer, I'm not liking it. The Deadpool trailer though I like it. I like the Deadpool trailer, but the X-Men 97 thing, I'm not feeling it. I actually recently just bought season 1 of the original X-Men the animated series and watched like the first couple episodes before I started this, and yeah, man, that I forgot how like in the first 2 episodes, Morph just dies. And I was like, wow, this is the first 2 episodes of the show. I'm like, shit. Damn. But yeah. Side 235, at least we got Invincible, The Boys, and Superman Lois to replace X-Men 97, yeah. I know, man, but it's still the X-Men. We haven't gotten X-Men stuff in a long time. And that's kind of the sad part, too. And I don't know what it is. It's always like X-Men. It's like ever since it's like back in like the 90s and the early 2000s, X-Men was like a big thing. And then like after about 10 years, like after like I don't know, X-Men The Last Stand or something, X-Men got really quiet. Well, no, you had Fox trying to do like what were they doing? X-Men First Class, which was really hard for me to watch sometimes because I was like, I don't know. I didn't really like First Class as much. And then we had the movie after that, and I did review Apocalypse. I did watch it. I don't even remember that one. Like that's the weird part. Like I don't even remember that movie. But I remember I did a review on it. And I'm just like, yeah, I saw that. Damn. After that, they've been like really quiet. You don't see a lot of X-Men stuff anymore. And now they're trying to bring X-Men back, and now everyone's like, oh no. Oh no. Crown One, if they show the part in Invincible TV show, the internet is gonna go wild. Yeah, I know. I know, that would be crazy, wouldn't it? They probably would tone it down a bit. I would not. Even though, I mean, them toning up violence, I can see. I live in America. Of course, they're going to tone up the violence, but I don't see them trying to. I see them toning this sexual shit down. I mean, they made a joke out of it with him banging his girlfriend in college, and then with the alien guy too. So again, I don't think they're going to. I think they're gonna like pan it away and kind of go somewhere else. They're not gonna like. They're just gonna probably show you they're just gonna like do like the before and after thing, which is, I mean, I expect it. I don't know. It's kind of like with the boys when they changed the scene with Starlight with the how do I word this? The blow bang scene, which they just changed it to the fish guy only. And then again, they just did the before and the after and they panned away. So again, I expect that level where it's like they're not going to show it. It's just going to be more of the before and after type of, because that's what you see a lot more these days. I mean, and again, with Invincible, it's like, yeah, in like the first comic, if you ever like saw the first comic panels of the original book, that whole fight with like the Guardians of the Globe, that was like that was just like that was like a page. That wasn't even like a full on fight. It was just he just in the dark just killed them all. You don't even really get to see what happened. You know? So again, it's like, I don't know. Like I said, but then in the show they toned that up and you got a full on fight with that like a full fight with that. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm expecting them to tone it all down, but we'll see. But at least that I don't know. I've been thinking about getting a PS5 recently. I shouldn't, but I'm mad at Sony because they got a game on there now that I want to play, and it's not going to probably come to PC until like a year later. But I don't know, guys. I don't see myself getting a PS5. I still don't even have an Xbox Series X. I just have my computer still. I don't know. My brother's trying to tell me I should just get a new computer. But I've been wanting to get a new box lately. I don't know what to do, guys. I don't know what to do. I'm conflicted. I'm very conflicted now with that. But I'm getting off topic. Moving on. It's very unknown. I do like the MCU Fantastic Four casting minus Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. Yeah, same thing, I guess. I'm still cautious with it though, because I'm just like, how are they gonna ruin this? Are they gonna make Sue gay? Are they gonna make Johnny gay? Are they gonna do something like that? Because I feel like, because again, what they like to do is they like to get they like to kind of like with the X-Men with the 97 show, right? They like to be like, oh yeah, remember the show, and then they're gonna knock it right back down as soon as you get excited. So again, I'm not trying to get excited for it, but we'll see. I need a trailer. I'm the guy who's always like, I need a trailer before I make a judgment. Even though I know a trailer doesn't really reflect the movie, you know, it's kind of like BVS, like Batman. Like I think Batman versus Superman. When like I remember when I used to watch trailers for that, and I was like, man, this looks good. This looks good. And then I saw the movie, and I was just like, I got all mixed feelings. I'd have days where I like it, and then I'd have days where I hate it, and I still kind of do. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Known, I ain't watched that garbage cash grab and Wadamed movie. Yeah, nobody does. Nobody did. Known, I'm excited for Deadpool 3. Yeah, I am too. Side 235, Mike, don't get your hopes up for the Fantastic Four. They will ruin it. I'm not a fan of this cast already. Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm expecting something. I don't know what it's gonna be. I don't know. It could be something gay. It could be something whatever. I don't know. I'm expecting I'm expecting them to somehow ruin it, but we'll see. Known, I'm excited for the X-Men 97, but I'm a little thrown off by its 3D art style. I don't know, man. I mean, going back and watching the 2D art style is kind of weird too, because they had to draw that. So it's kind of funny. I remember it was like, I was sitting here earlier with my brother watching it, and we were like, wasn't that guy's glove like, or wasn't that Rogue's glove like green? And then like, I'm like, no, that's like the other hand. Like, and we're having like this, or like oh, I'm like Nathan, look at the squad of gingers, and then like it cuts back, and then they got brown hair, and we're both like, so I don't know. It's I get what you're saying though, but I remember going back and watching that 2D art style though is funny because again they had to draw all that, and if someone just forgot to like, hey, this person here was red, now it's brown in one shot. Oopsie doodle, like that's just what it is now. Jack Miles the Hedgehog, which is your main Spider-Man game? My main Spider-Man game. Like one I play a lot. I'll be honest with you, I haven't played a Spider-Man game in a while. But like a main one I play a lot, or like one I usually go back and play. I don't know. I play a lot of them equally. You know what I mean? Like I always like play a good chunk of them. I mean, I remember I used to play Edge of Time a lot. Spider-Man 2 for me is like the best. I used to play that all the time too. I like Spider-Man 3 because again I could just switch the suits in the PS2 version and stuff, even in the Xbox version. I don't know. Do I still have my phone connected to the Wi-Fi? No. When you got too much technology and you don't know what's connected to the internet and what's not. Spider-Man. I don't know. I haven't played a lot of Spider-Man games in a while. I don't know how to answer that question, honestly. Because, like I said, I kind of switch them up a lot. I don't know how to answer that one. Crazy Cactic. Well, I'm gonna go die watching Madam Web. Nice knowing y'all later. We'll make you a casket when you come home. Your bed instead your bed won't be there. It'll just be like a casket for you to just die in. When you come home, you just die. SB, hey man, how you been doing? I wasn't able to watch movies or games. Been focusing on my personal life and sorting things out. Anything new with you? No, not really. I've been on a big break. I've been took the whole week off my job. So I've been working on a lot of videos. So you'll be seeing those hopefully by next week when I edit them and stuff. So yeah, watch out for those. Spider-Man, I say get a new computer. Yeah, I probably should. But I remember I was talking about it with him. I was like, should I get like a desktop or should I just do like a laptop? And we were talking about that too. So because desktops are expensive. They're really expensive. You know, like I think like he found some that were like $300,000-$400,000, and I was just like, that's more than I'm making a month. Like, no. Speaking of money, I gotta pay my car payment soon. But anyway, yeah. So again, I got bills to pay. You know, I can't when you have a job and you have to like pay for things, you start to learn how to manage money and stuff. Even though I'm really good at actually managing my money pretty well, actually. Even when I do go on spending sprees sometimes. Sometimes I'll just go on spending sprees and I'll just start like buying random games. I'll just be like, ooh, or not random, like usually it'll be ones that are like, ooh, I probably want to play this, or this looks appealing to me, or you know, I'll just be looking on the store, I'll just be like, what looks good? I'll just be like bored out of my mind. But yeah, I don't know. Ninja Spider 21, what do you think of the Deadpool 3 trailer? If you've seen it yet, of course. Yeah, it's good. It looks good. I'm very happy that they're not even hiding the Wolverine thing. They're like, yeah, no, he's gonna be in this. Everyone's like talking about how he's gonna have like his suit from the books and stuff. That's cool. But I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be multiple Wolverines or like multiple, because it looks like we're gonna be through multiverses, which makes me a little with, but we'll see. I don't know. I have no idea. Um, Jack Miles the Hedgehog. I really don't know what to say. Well, this is probably going to be a short podcast then. It's probably known. Just saw Yellow Flash's. Let Yellow Flash 2 make a short on X-Men 97, having Rogue's butt not be thick like in that one scene. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. I saw like a picture of that too. Yeah. Side 235, is that a Deadpool shirt you got on? Yep. It's like my Deadpool Christmas one. I don't know. I just felt like wearing it. It's funny. I had no plans. I had no plans to make this work for the podcast. I just ended up, I'll be like, yeah, I'm going to wear this, you know. It's better known, Rip Rogues Giat. Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, these are the people we have to deal with. These, again, you know, that's what I can say. I will say that, though. You know, these people, they think they can just gatekeep our shit, you know, and it's really frustrating because in a weird way they are right now. Like, you know, like you can't even I mean, like the whole thing with like when they were, because I remember there was like, I saw like a compilation and there was like all these like people who worked on Marvel stuff, like a lot of recent like Marvel like Marvel TV shows and movies, and they were like talking about how like they never even read a comic book in their life. And I was sitting there and I was thinking about it, and I was just like, they're actively hiring people who do not know or care about this source material. Why are you hiring people like, oh, because they don't want that, they don't care. they just want new fans, apparently. And I'm sitting there, I'm thinking to myself, like, that's not how this works. You can't just change all this shit and expect, like, that's not how that works. That's not how fandoms work. You can't just get a new audience. Like, trust me, it's really hard to. I know, I tried in the past. But again, it's like with me, like I always circle back to like Spider-Man stuff, or, you know, a lot of superhero content. Even though right now I feel like as a YouTuber, making superhero content is probably the hardest thing to do right now, because especially because of how like it was good like 10 years ago. Now it's just like not really, you know. Like every time now people think about, you know, superheroes are like, oh no, MCU's not doing good, or oh no, DC's not doing so good right now. And no, DC's not doing so good. Even their animated movies are not, they're not as good as they were before, which was DC's like one saving thing about, like, you know, a lot of their older stuff was at least they had a lot of good DC animated movies, but now even those are not doing well or don't look as good as they used to be. So I don't know. Crown One, do they know you can get new fans even though they don't know the source material? Do they know you can get new fans even though they don't know the new source material? Well, here's the thing. I mean, people like, it's not even like you have to, like, it's not, again, we've said this before, we'll say it again. Like, it's not that I want a 1-for-1 copy of something from comic book to screen. I just want to see a level of care for and respect for these, for these source material, and there's not. And that's why a lot of people have a lot of problems right now, is because that's not what they're doing. They're just doing the opposite. It's weird. They're doing the exact opposite with everything. Everyone's doing it. It's like they think it's cool, and they think that that's okay and good for them to just do the opposite thing. Where it's like, you do realize the money's going to run out eventually, right? You do realize that you can't keep this up forever. So again, I have been sitting here for like years and years trying to figure out, like, what's your goal here? Where are you trying to go? Do you just like not want anyone to care about these things anymore? Is that what this is? Like, what is your goal? You know, they would try to sit there and tell you, oh, well, we just want you to be, you know, inclusive and diverse and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, the X-Men are inclusive and diverse, and they have always been. And a lot of these stories and these things have always been. What are you talking about? Like they live, you could probably diagnose them and they would literally be clinically insane. Because it's like they don't get out of their bubble. They don't understand because they don't care. And it's not even like they don't get out of their bubble. They just don't care. They're just narcissistics. They're just narcissists. And let me tell you something from somebody who has dealt with narcissists, I do not like them. And I do not get along with them. I can't even be in the same room and I can't even be in the same room with them without losing my mind. Like it's really bad. So when I see people like this, and it's even more frustrating because they think they're safe behind their little fucking keyboard and Twitter and shit. And it's like, man, you ain't shit. You ain't shit. That's why sometimes I remember when like a few years ago, and I was just like, man, we gotta get rid of Twitter. We just gotta get rid of Twitter. It's just gotta go. It's one of the biggest reasons why like we have a lot of problems, I feel like. But at the same time, it doesn't matter now because even if you were to remove like a lot of these social medias that talk all this shit, it now doesn't matter because now you have people who are literally infesting these companies, Disney's, your DC's, and it sucks because it's like now they're gatekeeping. Now they're like, oh, yeah, we're not going to hire you because you actually care about this. We're going to hire the people who don't care about this and actively hate it and have them write stories where we just destroy your heroes in front of you. And it's like, no one's going to buy that. Like, this isn't like people just buy anything. No, people don't just buy anything. That's not how things work. Like it's like their idea of how people are and how things are doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. And it's frustrating because it's like, we want to see we want something like X-Men 97 to be good. We want something like, a She-Hulk to be good. But all they have done is shown they don't care about anything. Nothing. They don't care about anything. Nothing. They don't care. Like they want to sit here and they want to preach about this whole feminism and shit like that while they ruin a character and they completely butcher her. I guess I'm talking about She-Hulk right now. And it's like, even though I expected them to do it right, but they didn't because they don't care. Because they are hypocrites. They're lying to themselves. Because even if they believe what they're saying, they don't. Even if they sound passionate about it, they don't. These people have no passion. These people have no, and the only passion they have is to make us paying customers suffer, which is really weird and disgusting. It's like, how did we even get to this point? Like it makes you wonder, like, what is going on at these companies that actually, like when we talk about video games, talk about like Sweet Baby Inc., for example, you got like games like Suicide Squad where, they basically made the entire dialogue and they made the game and the story. And it's just like, how did that even get to that point? And now people are like, yeah, this is the company you hire when you want your game to fail. And it's like, yeah, why would you want your game to fail? It's kind of like Alan Wake 2. Like I wanted to get Alan Wake 2, but then I found out that it just wasn't the same as like 1 and the other ones. And I was like, oh, well, that sucks. Like at least with like a game like Control, I could sit there and I could say, well, there was like one good part of the game, right? And that was like that like 9-10 minutes fight scene. Even though it's a pretty, it's an alright game. It's just a little it's just confusing sometimes. And I played the Evil Within, and I understand the Evil Within, but the Control, I don't know what the fuck's going on in that game sometimes. If I sat down and actually thought about the lore, I'm sure I would figure it out eventually, but still, I don't know. Crown 1, I'm probably going to play Gotham Knights or Gotham Knight. Yeah. Yeah, I beat that game. The sad part is I'm not going to probably play it again, though, because I feel like it is kind of like a one and done thing, unfortunately. I don't think they have New Game Plus or anything like that, so there's no real point to play it again. But I had fun. It was a little bit more respectful than, say, a Suicide Squad. But I don't know. Jack Miles Hedgehog, what is wrong with the world, Mike? I'm sick of this woke shit. I miss the old days. Used to be more simple and normal. Yeah. Yeah, well, there are literal Nazis who are working at these companies right now who just want nothing but to destroy everything they love right now. And that, like, Nazis not in the right. At least Nazis had a little bit more respect than that. No, these people are just insane. They're just crazy people. They just want to see the world burn. They're not good people. They're not good people. Like these people who think this is a good idea, they're not good people. And look, companies never cared. Like the company never cared, right, about these properties. It was always like the directors and the people who are making it. Those are usually the people who actually care, right? So I don't know. It's a complicated situation. I mean, maybe one day I'll outlive them, and maybe things will get back to normal. I don't know. But I think what I will say is this is the positive thing I will say. I feel like that we are getting to a point where people are starting to not care about people's opinions about, oh, you're a sexist, you're this, you're that, you're a racist, you're this, you're that. I think people are starting not to care anymore about that when people call them that. They're like, yeah, okay. Go ahead, keep talking. Like people are really starting not to care about that stuff anymore. Like people are like, I feel like there are a lot of people who are starting to get very bold now and are like, yeah, go ahead, talk. Because it's like, you're all talk. Go ahead, talk. You're all talk. Except for the part where they try to, like, dox them and blackmail them. Because that's when you get a lot of problems there. But again, no, these people are crazy. They think that they can control everybody because they can just say, "Oh, you're oppressing me. I'm not oppressing you. You're oppressing everybody. You're the oppressor. You are like you are reflecting. These people reflect who they are onto us, and that's what's frustrating. Because remember, we grew up. Like I'm 25, going on 26 here. When I was younger, you were taught to just get along with each other. You were taught to just get along with each other. You were, like, I mean, it's funny because because let's pretend you believe what these people say, right? Let's pretend that you think these people are right? It's one of those things where it's like dogs going nuts. No, the train. Get back here, train. The train of thought is leaving the station. Damn, I was on a roll and I lost it because the dog. You ever just have that? If you have pets, you get that. Like you're thinking about something and then all of a sudden your dog will bark or something. You're just like, well, I did have a thought. Now it's gone now. Oh yeah, there it was. It's like for example, if you guys remember when okay, let's go back a little bit. Remember when like Obama was voted president, right? Remember that? You remember then you had all these black people come out and be like, oh, he's not black, he's like 3/4 or half black. Like it's funny because it's like, oh, black people can't be racist. Yeah, they can. Like my point is you could make the entire country black And doesn't matter because there will always be a level of racism. There will always be a level of sexism. It doesn't matter, which is why when we were younger, we were taught to just get along with each other, learn to get along with each other, learn to respect each other, respect one others the way you would like to be treated. Like these are the things that our parents would teach us, and it helped us. But then you have people like this who are like, and this is why I get mad. This is why I get very frustrated because there are I don't know how to tell you this. There are evil people in the world. There are evil people. They exist. And we see a lot of them. We might not believe that they are, but we probably do see a lot of evil people. And a lot of them can be manipulative. A lot of them can be narcissistic, which is what you see a lot now. And, they're like, yeah, too much peace. I guess it's time to just go blow up a building. I guess it's time to just go drive an airplane into a building because these people don't want peace. They can't. There's no profit. There's no war mongering to be made off of peace. So what do? You cause mayhem. You cause destruction. You cause pain. That's what these people are doing. Because you want blood in the water. You want blood on the streets. Profit off of it. That's what it is. So when these people like to sit here and they like to talk all this shit and they like to think that they have the moral high ground, they don't. Because they're the one causing all the pain and the destruction. Like Disney. How about instead of wasting those $300 million on that shitty movie and you losing money, I don't know, why don't you just throw that money, I don't know, at like a children's hospital maybe? Or like something researching cancer for children. Actually contribute to society like a lot of normal people who just have normal jobs do in general. No, because these people are not good people. Which is why I'm glad I'm going to live in an era where I get to see a multi-million-dollar company like Disney just die. Because they deserve it, because they've done nothing but prove to me they deserve it. And it's unfortunate, because you look at it, you look at the history and the legacy of someone like Walt Disney, and you realize how good of a man he really was, but then you see how his company is looking right now, and it's just like, well, damn, that sucks. It's kind of the same with me with Stan Lee, where I'm like, I love you, Stan, but they're really ruining everything, and I have no choice but to let it all die before I get to see them ruin it anymore. So I'd rather it die and remain than to see it turn into what it's turning into, right? Like that weird quote people like to use from The Dark Knight, with Harvey Dent or whatever. Would you die a hero, live long enough to see yourself become a villain? Which I guess is what this kind of is a little bit, but I don't know. It's not the same, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I've been talking for a little bit here. Side 235, what's your opinion on Elon and Pritz buying Disney? I mean, you gotta be careful with that because you don't want to become a monopoly and then you get sued by the government. Gotta be careful with that. I don't think that's gonna make things better though. I mean, maybe it might help, but I don't think it's gonna make things better. Crown One, I'm probably gonna play. I already read that. I've been talking so long. Side 235. YH X-Men are already diverse, but the difference is they don't brag about their sexuality. Yeah. Even the MCU fandom is so toxic. I got called an incels a number of times when I put MCU comments on Phase 4 female characters. Yeah. Oh yeah, did you hear that Iron Fist is gonna be a woman now? And I'm just like, no! Like, that's the stupidest thing you could do. Sparrow and Rocksteady literally ruined their reputation with their newest game. Yeah, oh yeah, they did. Gotham Knights wasn't even as bad as everyone says it is. Yeah. I know I played it. I beat it with my shitty computer. I had to play all the settings on low. And it's mostly because of the city. It's the city, which is why I can't play the game on high. Because if it wasn't, because the character models are set high, like you can't tone down character models. Character models are just high, but like it's more like the city and the environments and stuff. Like it was okay. It just wasn't. It probably is like it's weaker than Origins, for example. Like it was not great, but it was like it was all right. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever played. Crown One. At least Gotham Knights has funny moments and heartfelt moments. Yeah. Yeah, like a lot of people really like there are surprisingly some good moments in Gotham Knights. Surprising. Crown One, it's like no one cares about to pass and trying to make the world a better place. Yeah. Yeah, let's not learn from the mistakes and try to make things better. As a matter of fact, let's not even teach you about certain things in school, and then you find it out like years after you got out of high school and college, and then you find out that almost all of what you taught in like history classes, for example, was a lie, and it's like, oh, they didn't teach me this in my high school history class. Nope, because they don't want to. Because again, they're too busy making you think that it's good for you to become a different gender or become I don't know, whatever the hell you feel like. I'm a zebra today. Ooh, like what? No, you're not. You're not a zebra. Experimental on fun fact: we see more evil people in the world than good people. Yeah, I have a theory that as soon as what story was it? I don't remember. It was in the Bible. It was a story about, I think it was Genesis. It was like a story about like how like if there's like more than 5 or 10 people in this city, then I will not burn it to the ground or something like that. And I feel like if there were like not a lot of good people, like to the point where they're like 5, 10 people, good people, actual good people on this planet, then God would just blow it up. Throw it just maybe like a baseball. He'll just like do right into the sun. He's like, I've been practicing my swing. Yeah. Hang on, Elon Musk bought Disney? No, but there was talks about him buying it or something like that, but I don't think that's going to happen, but I mean, that would be kind of funny. At the same time, him buying Twitter again didn't really make things better. I mean, it lowered the amount of bullshit, but it didn't really make things better. It just feels like we're on an equal playing ground instead of it being like how it was before, right? Where it was like a very skewed amount of fairness with the platform. Now it's like balanced out, but it doesn't matter because now you have both sides of your extreme who are still duking it out, so it doesn't matter. It's still the same thing. It's just not one-sided anymore. So my school's been teaching us normal things. I don't know what school you guys been to lately. LOL. Yeah. I mean, good. It's good. You can go to school and you don't got to worry about that stuff. But there are places, there are schools that are not. It depends on where you live. Like I would never, never go to California for learning things or going to school for things. Like I wouldn't do that. I just wouldn't do that. I wouldn't trust that. But I don't know. Oh man. Oh, it's only been like 50 minutes. Wow, we really don't got much else to say, huh? It's fine. Like I just wanted to do this because again, I said I was going to. I don't know. Maybe like in 10 minutes we'll wrap up or something. Oh, because it's getting hot in my room. I got these stupid like what are they? They're like plastic or something you got on the wall. and they like cover up your wind. It's like it's like you got like the sticky part. And then you like put it on the wall. So like it was basically to like keep my room, because my room has a lot of seeping. Like I have a lot of seeping like from my floor and my room and like my windows and stuff. But I wish I had some of that seeping now, because boy, it's hot in here. Like I'm like, oh shit, oh god. Because if I had my door open, then you'd be seeing like my brother probably pop in here, my dogs pop in here. So yeah. Oh man. But I don't know. I might need to try to open the door just because. Oh god. uh. Spero, no one want to talk about the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League and how it ruined the Arkhamverse. Oh god, where do I even start? There's so much to talk about with that game, though. I will say that though. I really hate that about that game, where like like the Flash in that game, like he literally goes out of his way to save them, to like save those guys, and they just like it does like I don't even care that they're bad guys, It's kind of like remember that comic where like in Marvel where they where like they had like 9/11 happened in the book. And then you had like not only like the heroes like helping with the save people and helping with the damage and stuff, but then you had like a lot of villains too, like Magneto and Doctor Doom helping, like actually helping people. Because it was like, yeah, this is a fucked up situation. This like just because we're enemies doesn't mean, and it was like back in the day, it wasn't like, oh, the villain's got a hostage, he's gonna use him, he's gonna kill him or whatever. It was more so an excuse for the villain to get away. It wasn't like they were actually gonna, most of the time it wasn't like they were actually gonna kill him, you know what I mean? Like most of the villains, I mean. But like, and I feel like that's what, again, that they don't get it. It's like, oh well, they're villains, so yeah. No, like just because they're villains doesn't mean they're not human beings, right? Yeah, Harley Quinn's insane. Yeah, Boomerang's a dickhead. Yeah, Deadshot is an assassin. King Shark is a man-eating shark. But again, it you really expect, so am I supposed to just believe villains don't have a soul? Am I supposed to just believe that, yeah, I should just kill every single villain? I should be the Punisher and I should just kill everybody. It's like, no, man. Like that's not okay. I think that's also something they don't understand either. They don't understand villains. Just because they're a bad guy doesn't mean they, do every single little thing opposite to the hero. Like, oh, they don't kill people, so I'll just kill people. No, like some villains don't even do that. It's just like being a villain, it's more of like a selfish thing. It's not so much as like with a hero, it's selfless. A villain is selfish, right? Smart known, heck, Joker has his limits of being evil. He hates Nazis. I feel like that's more of the writer, but again, yeah, that's funny, sure, but again, it's kind of weird. But and look, man, I mean that was a shitty war. I mean, like every time I get to a point where like I feel like I'm some big badass, I always remember the Saving Private Ryan movie, and then I remind myself like, you ain't shit. Remember that, you ain't shit. Cause yeah, it was that was tough, man. Then I just remember, God, now I'm just remembering the movie. Side 235. Imagine if the villains didn't help with the civilians with the whole 9/11 situation. Yeah, but they did, and that's the thing. It's like, again, the people who worked on this game don't understand that just because they're a villain doesn't mean that they don't care about someone or something in their life, or they don't have some type of empathy for other people. again, a lot of times, especially back in the day when a villain actually had and listen, I'm not saying you did have a lot of villains who did not care and were bad people and were bad guys and would just kill for the fun of it. But then you had a lot of villains who were a lot like that, who were just like, I just want some money, man. I just want to rob that bank, man. It's hard for me. I can't do this. I can't do that. And it's like, okay, fine. But I still got to take you to jail, buddy. Like you can't do that. So that's usually what it comes down to. It's not like, and again, that's what I feel like they don't understand the villain. These people, I don't think these people understand villains either. It's like, just because they're a bad guy doesn't mean that they would, like, why wouldn't Harley be like, nah, he saved us. Let's just take a minute and try to think about this, tie him up, something. You know what I mean? Like, it's like nobody ever in the game ever is like, let's just tie him up or something. Let's just, see what we can do with them. Maybe we can fix them or something, or help them out or something, or maybe learn how this works so that we could try to fix them or something. No, none of that. Let's just kill them because we're bad guys. It's like, no, just because you're a bad guy doesn't mean that that's, and that if I was making that game, sure, you would have a lot. If I was making the game, you would have a lot of tension. I would make it so you have a lot of tension because it's like, let's say, I don't know, maybe they kidnap, maybe they like get a hero and they're like, oh, like one of them's like, I just want to kill this guy or whatever, but then the rest are like, nah, we need him, don't do it. You can have tension, you can have tense moments. That's where you can start writing, where it's like, again, they didn't that would require good writing, but again, they didn't care about it, the writing. They were like, whatever, we're just gonna kill everybody. So again, I don't know. I'm just blowing smoke now at this point. Uh da, 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 da. Crown 1, I'm playing Arkham City after seeing Kill the Justice League. Yeah. I've been playing a lot of Arkham Knight and Arkham City too. I've been going back and playing the Arkham stuff just because I don't know. Why not? I mean, you guys see what they were talking about like, oh, there's a lot more people playing Batman Arkham Knight on Steam than Suicide Squad. I just started laughing. I was like, oh, that's funny. Jack Miles Hedgehog. I'm actually from California. Oh, that explains a lot, actually. That explains a lot, actually. When are you gonna do a Q&A? Oh, it's been a while since I've done a Q&A. Well, that would require questions, but I mean, we have not done a Q&A in a long time. You're right about that. Aside 235, why don't you give Spider-Verse movies a chance? I saw the first one. I would put a seizure warning in that movie. Especially at the end of it. There's way too many flashing colors at the end of that movie. Crown One, even in the GTA games, every main character has limits. Yeah. Yeah, I read that one. Throne, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go now. Bye. See ya. All right. See ya, man. All right. Say 235. What other movies are you looking forward to besides heroes? For me, it's Sonic 3 and Planet of the Apes. Probably Sonic 3. I'm actually kind of I'm not the biggest Sonic fan. I've had friends who are actually big Sonic fans. But then I saw the first Sonic movie. I was like, yeah, that's pretty good. And then I saw the second one. I was like, oh, that's cool. And so yeah, I am kind of looking forward to the Sonic movie. I know about Shadow. I want to see Shadow. I want to see how that goes because I know he's supposed to be kind of like his reverse Flash to his, Flash, you know what I mean? Like he's like his big bad. At least besides Eggman, I believe, right? Or a villain who's a lot like him. You always got that where there's like a villain who's a lot like with their powers and stuff, which is cool. Is it just me or we used to get a lot of people on stream a couple years ago or something? I don't know. Maybe just because of the day. I don't know. Or maybe it's, just because, like I said, superhero content not so great anymore like it used to be. So, which makes it harder for a YouTuber like me. But that's fine. Jack Malzauchik, what do you mean by that? You said you're from California, and I heard a lot of Californian people are kind of crazy. So, but I'm sure you're one of the good crazies, right? Dante22, yo, what's your favorite Sonic? Knuckles. I like Knuckles. I think Knuckles is cool. I remember, and it's always because it's always for the dumbest reasons, but yeah. Syed 235, what do you think of the Super Mario movie? The live action movie? Or are we talking about the new one? Like the animated one? I didn't watch the new animated movie yet. I heard it was good. I've heard some things, but I've heard overall people think it was good. The original like live action Super Mario movie, I remember parts of it, but like I don't remember it as a whole. Oh, the new animated movie? Yeah, I didn't watch that one. I heard people say it was good. I should watch it though. I saw the YouTubers their viewership went down because of a lack of superhero. Yep. I literally said this a while ago, a little bit ago here. About because everything that's been going on recently with the DC and Marvel. Yeah, a lot of YouTubers with the superhero content probably are lack of view count because again nobody's starting to really care about it anymore because it's getting they're just because everyone's just kind of sick and tired of talking about all the bad, all the bad stuff going on with it and seeing all their favorite stuff get ruined. So I understand that. I get it. I understand where they're coming from with that. But yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? I was surprised. I remember when I know that we were talking about how like a lot of superhero stuff content's not doing well, but I did a superhero game not too long ago on the channel, and like the Incredible Hulk, on this channel did fantastic. I didn't realize we had that many like Incredible Hulk fans on this channel. Like incredible. Like every single video got over 100 views. Like I was actually kind of blown away. I was like, wow, because it's like because like some of my game when I do like video games on the channel, I'll expect like over 50 views. It would be nice if it would be over 100, but especially when I continue a series, it usually starts to dip. But like with Hulk, all of them got over 100, and I was just like, wow, people really people miss Hulk. People miss the way Hulk used to be. Like they really miss Hulk. That's what I feel like I realized about when I looked back on that. I saw the view counts and stuff. I was like, wow, people really miss Hulk. Like they really messed up with that. Jack Mazzetchog, I know this is kind of weird, but what happened with that cousin yours who call you gay? What? I never had a cousin call me gay before. And if they did, they would never say it again. But I don't know what you're talking about, man. And if I do, it must have been something a long time ago because I don't know what you're talking about. Dante22, what about Persona? You play those games? My brother plays it. He's a big Persona guy. I know that they had a new one like from the PSP come out recently. Like they just kind of like ported it over or something or remade it. I don't know. I never beat 5. He beat 5, I think maybe once or twice. I wanted to play Strikers, but by playing the original 5 lately, I heard, and my brother says Royal is better because it's got the extra character in it and other stories, and they fix some traversal stuff and stuff like that. But I don't know. Side 235, wish Deadpool and Wolverine hard reset the MCU and Marvel announces to the world that there won't be no Disney Plus shows and movies that people don't care about, but it won't happen. Yeah, instead you're gonna get a Loki season 2. You're gonna get a You're gonna get a what else are you gonna get? You're gonna get a Echo. Who the fuck cares about Echo? I don't even know who the fuck Echo is. Jack Miles Hedgehog, you think one day you're gonna make a video showing your house, your family? No. As a matter of fact, going back and looking at some of my older content, I've kind of recently been wanting to like privatize some of them because like I do show off a lot of my I did show a lot of my family members and stuff back in the day, but now I'm kind of like at the point where it's like as precaution, I'm kind of wanting to kind of close, private them and make them kind of unavailable just simply because it's like I just don't want no issues because they're older now and I don't, because I remember I had some issues back in the day with it and I was like, it's fine now, but I don't know. It's just food for thought for me recently, Experiment. Oh, I thought you left, man. Nothing else good on YouTube, I see. Loki season 2 already happened. Oh yeah. I don't watch it, so I mean I have no idea. I'm not in the loop anymore. Not in that loop anymore, Too busy playing what was the new horror game that came out? It was like a PS1 type of game, Elisa or something. I've been playing that recently. I almost beat it. That's what I've been doing. I've been playing that. I've been working on other videos for later this next week too. But yeah, I've just been enjoying my week essentially. Said 235. It's a good thing you keep it private. There are a lot of creeps on YouTube. Yeah, but no, I'm saying like I do need to like go back and private some of them because some of them I should go back and do that because yeah, they might be older videos, but again, you can still go back and see them and stuff. Spermanon Echo is a character related with Daredevil and Hawkeye. Not related like bloodline, more like she's been in those stories. Okay. I don't know. I never said I knew everything about Marvel, But yeah. All right. Well, it seems like everybody's kind of done. Yeah, everyone's kind of like out of gas. That's fine. I mean, it's getting hot in here anyway. Say 235 Daredevil was reshooting now. Yeah. I kind of wonder because what did they say? They had like 12, what was like 17 episodes or something like that, maybe. Jack Miles Hedgehog 9999. I get it. Ha ha. Very funny. I get it. I got the joke there. All right. Took me a hot minute to realize that one. Well, unless you guys got anything else, I mean, I'm pretty tapped out. Ugh. I just wanted to do this because I said I was going to, Experiment. See you for real this time. All right, see you, man. Say 235. If you have a time machine, what time period would you want to go to? Okay. Sometimes I wonder what it would be like if I actually got together with this girl. I sometimes wonder it would be like how different of a guy I would be if I got together with this girl that I wanted to be with, and it was a long time ago. It was when I was in high school, middle school, high school, and I don't know. I sometimes think about what could have been, if I just, allowed it to happen, because I was very guarded and I was very like, to myself. But if I could go back in time, I would probably change that, honestly. Out of everything in my life, So yeah. From an unknown, or maybe not yet. I'll leave when you're done. Jack Miles Chalk, just don't leave just yet, Michael. Just a little bit longer. Spermanon, oh boy, if I had the power to travel back in time, I'd be so responsible with it. I just changed my mistakes. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes, and there's sometimes I look back on it and I say to myself, would I actually want to change anything? You know, would I just go back and I'd see it and I'd just be like, you know what, forget it, and I just turn back. You always got to think about that part too, because sometimes you're like, yeah, sure, I'd love to go back in time and change whatever, but then you might go back and you might see it or see yourself, and you're just like, maybe it's fine. Say 235. Do you think Deadpool 3 is gonna have time travel like the Flash movie? Yeah, probably. I think there's gonna be time travel, and I think there's gonna be multiverse stuff because it's the popular thing to do. All right. Well, with that being said, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. An hour 10's good. That's a good amount of time. Yeah. All right. Side 235. I'm done. See you, Mike. All right. See you, man. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I know that this one was not as long or as interesting as some of the other ones that we've done on here. So with that being said, thank you so much for joining me. Up and away. See you guys.